Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to discuss about the kingdom fungi. I have already discussed about the kingdom Protista and kingdom Monera in the previous videos. So what are the characteristics of fungi? Why is it different from other kingdoms? इन किंगडम मोनेरा हम लोगों ने क्या देखा कि किंगडम मोनेरा जो है वो बेसिकली प्रोकैरियोटिक यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स को वहाँ पे उस कैटेगरी में रहता है, ठीक है. एंड इन किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा यूकैरियोटिक एंड यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. In case of fungi, here multicellular. Most of the organisms which falls under this kingdom are multicellular and eukaryotic, except yeast, right? So one by one we will see its characteristic. So these are eukaryotic, means true nucleus and membrane bound organelles are found within it. Mode of nutrition are heterotrophic, means it depends upon other organisms for derivation of its nutrition, right? So it gets nutrition and energy from other organism. That's why it is heterotrophic. It cannot synthesize food of its own from the inorganic materials like plants do, right? So these are saprophytes, means it depends upon it take nutrition from the dead decaying plants and animals. It is parasite, means it live in or on the body of other living organism. So organism यहाँ पे जो है अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म जिसे हम होस्ट कहते हैं वो जिंदा रहते हैं, लाइव रहते हैं, और ये कुछ फंगाई जो होते हैं उन पे उनके बॉडी के ऊपर या फिर उनके बॉडी के अंदर ये रहते हैं और वहाँ से उनको अपना न्यूट्रिशन मिलता है या जो भी चीज़ें उन्हें चाहिए वो होस्ट से ही लेते हैं. That's why it is called as parasite. It can also harm the host, right? So next is symbionts. Symbionts, these organisms are symbionts, means they show symbiosis. What is symbiosis? Means it's live together, and means if this is a fungi, it lives in association with algae, and both algae and fungi get benefits from each other. That's why both are symbionts, and the process is symbiosis. And the association of algae and fungi is called lichens. When fungi is associated with plant, then it is called mycorrhiza, right? These are cosmopolitan, means this exists in almost all kinds of habitat or environment. Diverse morphology, it has morphological differences too, and it lives in different types of habitat. Cell wall is made up of chitin and polysaccharide. प्लांट में किससे बना होता है? सेल्यूलोज एंड पेक्टिन से, बट यहाँ पे सेल वॉल बना हुआ है काइटिन और पॉलीसेकेराइड से, राइट? एक्सेप्ट ईस्ट, रेस्ट आर मल्टीसेलुलर. Multicellular fungi has cylinder long thread like structure called hyphae. So ऐसे होता है structure, cylindrical, long, और ये इसे हम कहते हैं hyphae, right? और network of hyphae is called as mycelium. Means अब यहाँ से ऐसे या ऐसे नेटवर्क्स हो सकते हैं, राइट? नेटवर्क्स हो सकते हैं लाइक ब्रांचेस जैसे होते हैं वैसे, और ये होल नेटवर्क को हम बोलते हैं क्या? माइसीलियम. और एक सिंगल थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर जो होंगे उसे हम कहेंगे हाइफा, राइट? हाइफा, HYPHA, और बहुत सारे हाइफा मिलके हाइफी, प्लूरल इज हाइफी, AE, right? और बहुत सारे हाइफे मिलके बनते हैं माइसीलियम। अब माइसीलियम जो होंगे वो माइसीलियम मे बी सेप्टेट और एसेप्टेट, मीन्स if this is a mycelium, right, if this is a mycelium, so there will appear septa, divisions, right? So these are septate. If septa is absent, then it is called aseptate. In septate, nucleus will be present here in each septate, right? Like this, nucleus will be present in each cell, you can say. So and if it is aseptate, means if there is no division, right, it will be like this only, and nucleus will be present like this without any septa, then it will known as multinucleated or synocytic, right? So it will be aseptate and synocytic. Now reproduction. So reproduction may be vegetative, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In vegetative reproduction, it can reproduce through fragmentation, means the cell will break, right? Mycelium will break and fragments are formed, and this fragment will grow into an organism, fission, budding, right? These are the mode of vegetative reproduction. Then the asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction takes place by the formation of spores. So spores may be conidia, sporangiospores or zoospore. Conidia is non-motile, right, and zoospore is motile, means it will have flagella in it. Third mode of reproduction is the sexual reproduction. It is also occurring because of the formation of spores, and these spores are oospores, ascospores and basidiospores, and these spores are formed in distinct structure called fruiting bodies, right? So you can see like this is mycelia and this is the fruiting body. So if it is here, it can be the spores either inside endogenous, or in other fungi it can be outside, right, like this. So these are all different kinds of spores, and formation and arrangement of mycelia and the fruiting bodies structures, these all differs. So likewise, and on the basis of these characteristics, this has been fungi has been classified further into different classes. So how the sexual cycle in fungi occur, we will see here. First of all, what happened, plasmogamy. So if this is one hyphae and this is another hyphae, suppose it is as minus and it is as plus, means dissimilar hyphae, and they must be compatible to unite, fuse, right? So these two hyphae will fuse. Its protoplasm will first fuse, right? So this will called as plasmogamy. Then karyogamy, means fusion of two nuclei, and when two nuclei will fuse, then diploid cell will form. Actually what happens, this hyphae is of haploid in nature, so both are haploid in nature. When they will unite, it will form diploid condition, and when these two hyphae unite together, fusion of nuclei take place, then the next step will be meiosis, and meiosis is reductional division, and due to this haploid spores are formed within it. This is called the sexual cycle or sexual reproduction. So basically what happens in most of the fungi, sexual and asexual reproduction both are found in sequence. So again meiosis occurs, haploid spores are formed, haploid spores will grow and it will form mycelium that have those mycelium will be haploid. Again those haploid mycelium will undergo what, fusion or sexual cycle, sexual mode of reproduction, and again diploid form of spores are formed. So these kind of repetition are present in many kinds of fungi. On the basis of morphology of mycelium, spore formation, and different types of fruiting bodies, this kingdom has been classified into different classes, and these are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Deuteromycetes, and Basidiomycetes.